Welcome to my channel. My name's John and I'm the Geeky Mank, and today I'm here at the Fairbottom branch canal in Daisy Nook. I'm going to be following the canal and discovering its historic past as we head over into Bridge. So let's crack on and have some geeky facts. The Fairbottom branch canal was a canal near Ashton on the Lyne, Greater Manchester. The canal left the Hollingwood branch canal at Fairbottom Junction, immediately above Lock 22. It was just over 1 mile long and it was lock free. Its main purpose was to carry coal to an industrial community founded at Bridge. We're just in front of Valley Aqueduct, and this is the first aqueduct along this canal. Now, the whole canal didn't have any locks as stated within the geeky facts. And what you've also got to take into consideration is this whole area, as beautiful as it looks today with it being a nature reserve, was the heart of industrial area with many collieries and of course the ironworks over at Bridge. So let's crack on. Welcome to Valley Stop Place. Now, as you can probably see, this section of the canal actually narrows in. Now, there is a few more as I've walked along. And what happened within these sections, because there was no locks, is they would put stop barriers between here if they ever needed to do any maintaining work within a certain section of the canal. Let's go and have a quick look across the other way, because there is something interesting I want to show you. Absolutely stunning this morning. The sun has disappeared today, but it's still quite warm, which definitely makes it feel like spring is here now, finally. Now, this section here, as I stated, there was a lot of collieries along this route, and this is actually an entrance into one of the tram lines that would have taken you into one of the coal pits. Let's see if we can see it visibly here from this section. To be honest, you probably might not be able to make that out, So what I will do is I'll see if I can have an adventure and we can get a closer look. So the actual company that owned this was called Bardsley Colliery Company, and this would have led into their Diamond and Victoria pits. Let's take a look. You can probably see the outline here. And it would have span completely across and then led up all the way over into here. Then it would have narrowed and then of course would have gone into one of the tunnels. So it's interesting how in such a short period of time, we're only talking what, a couple 100 years maybe, that nature has taken back this area and it's definitely hidden away. So I'm sure a lot of people who come and visit here wouldn't have been aware of this. So let's crack on. Now in regards to that colliery, on the 2nd of February 1858 an explosion happened in one of the pits. It affected both their pits and sadly 58 people lost their lives. So we're right in front of the lovely river Medlock, and this area here was another pit. It was called Dock Pit. Now the colliery and the pit itself was on the opposite side, and there was a bridge that used to run across here. But there is a section here that I just want to quickly show you. Now you probably can't make it out too well until I get a little bit closer, but this section here would have actually been part of their branch canal, and it would have brought themselves onto the fairbottom. Let's go and take a closer look at the waterfall, because it is very beautiful around here. Now I've found a little bit more evidence of some industrial past here as well. As I say, there did used to be a bridge here, so if anyone is watching this that knows further information, please leave a comment down below. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you these, which I found quite intriguing. So I'm not really too sure what they would have been used for, but definitely interesting. We'll take a further look around here.
Geeky Man will return after these short technical difficulties.
So I'm back after the little geeky malfunction there. Definitely has taught me a lesson to stop wearing trainers on these videos, because accidents do happen, sadly. Anyway, let's get back to the video, because there's something else I want to show you as well. And again, anyone else watching this that knows this particular area and the history and go a little bit more in depth, definitely leave a comment down below. Amazing, isn't it, how much of this industrial past still survives today? And again, the amount of people that would know about it, probably very, very slim. Let's get back onto the canal and carry on with our adventure. So this bridge running along here is the Fairfield Bridge, and just in front of me is also the River Medlock. Now this is the location where the canal would have actually started. They actually used the water running through from the river to fill up the canal. So let's crack on. Welcome to Fairfield Bottom Colliery. The reason I've come here, as I explained before, there was quite a number of collieries within this area. But this colliery was famous for having a particular steam engine known as fairbottom bobs. Now, the steam engine was used to actually pump water out of the coal mines for the workers, and was believed to have been built in the early to mid 1700s and used up to the early 1800s. I've come here because it is quite interesting, so let's take a look around. Now this looks like it might have been some sort of fire pits of some sort. And again, as I stated before, how the industrial past has started to slowly be overtaken by the greenery within the nature reserve. It really does show that it doesn't take long for nature to take back control. Welcome to Rocher Vale, and this also used to be another colliery. Now the reason I've come here is I want to show you something that I certainly found extremely intriguing. So let's go take a look. Again, you can see the evidence here of the industrial impact that it had on the area with the special waterfall being installed here. Well, that's not what I wanted to show you. Okay, you're probably thinking to yourself, Geeky Man, what are you showing this for? What is it? Well, it actually led into a tunnel. And this tunnel was called the Park Bridge Tunnel. Now, it was originally set up with the coal mine here, but then the ironworks eventually used it. And as you can see, you can actually still see the track here. Now, apparently it was about 1.5 miles long, and it actually ran through to where I had my little accident earlier on in the video. At the start, it actually used horse and carriages, but later on within the mid-18th century, they started actually using a steam locomotive. So, let's go to our final location. Let's crack on. And welcome to Bridge Ironworks. So, time for our last lot of geeky facts.
Park Bridge was founded by Samuel Lee Jones as an ironworks in 1786. He rented the land from the Earl of Stamford. Originally, the ironworks produced raw iron and was the largest in the 19th century Tameside and one of the earliest ironworks in the northwest. His wife Hannah Leeds inherited ownership of the ironworks on her husband's death in 1804. Under Hannah Leeds, the ironworks was expanded, which included the construction of a weir and a water power building. The ironworks was inherited by another 4 generations of the Leeds family members. The ironworks started to decline at the end of the 19th century and finally closed in 1963.
So I was reading that this ironworks actually produced the iron for the Eiffel Tower and also the Titanic. Now, I couldn't actually confirm that information from any sources, so it could just be a bit of folklore for the area. But if it is true, again, please leave a comment down below. What we're going to do now is we'll take a look round and see what remains of it today. This is the entrance of Dingle Terrace. Now these houses were constructed for the workers of the ironworks, and they started constructing them within the 1820s. Definitely is like stepping in the past. So when it actually finally closed, the whole area was left into quite a sorry state. Demolition work started around the 1970s, but when it did start, the actual buildings they demolished and the areas they demolished wasn't actually recorded. Not a lot was actually known in that regards, and there've been quite a lot of archaeologist teams around this area over the years to discover its industrial past. Now the one thing that isn't remaining today, which you can't see any evidence of, is the old trade viaduct. There used to be a train line that ran along here as well, and it ran from Oldham all the way over to Guy Bridge within the Ashton area. Now of course it was used to transport coal and also passengers as well, with a lot of workers using the line. Now the viaduct itself was apparently about 200 yards long, and if you give me 1 second I can give you the full facts because I haven't memorised them sadly. So it was, yes, 200 yards long, and it was 96.5 feet high, and it had 9 arches. Now the passenger station closed in 1959, but it was still used for goods until 1967. The viaduct though was actually demolished in 1971. So the old pictures that I've used in this video have actually been taken from the signs here at Park Bridge. This has been today's video. Until next time, peace and love.